Thanks for staying with us. Shopkeepers in Koturpuram staged a silent protest today, condemning the opening of a second Tazmac bar in their locality. They have downed their shutters for 24 hours starting today. This has been reported as a huge inconvenience and a security threat to those of the neighborhood.
The wine shop here, right in the front of the market, is going to be a threat to the peaceful living people. Already one is there on en route to the railway station, which affects all the people who are commuting to railway station every day. So many children, young girls, aged women, they are all going and coming back from the railway station. Even that shop should be removed from Kotur, because all miscreants, criminals and hooligans only use the wine shop for their purposes. Politicians use it when there is a need. So there is no need for a wine shop right on the front of the market here, which will disturb the peaceful living of the people here.
School irukku, koil irukku, market irukku, romba பாதிக்குது. பொம்பளைங்க போக முடியாது வர முடியாது இங்க நாங்க இன்னும் வியாபாரம் பண்ற ரொம்ப கஷ்டம் எங்களுக்கு.
In some news from the districts, the main accused in the Vilippuram murder of the 21-year-old woman has been arrested. The man Rajashekar slit the woman's throat after a verbal dispute on the distribution of medicines in a pharmacy. The man was a colleague of the young lady at the private hospital near Vilippuram. There was a public outrage in the district in the past few days demanding the arrest of the killer, and that was when the accused Rajashekar tried committing suicide by consuming poison. In some national news, the number of dead in the Sikkim earthquake has now climbed to 60 people in India alone. In Sikkim alone, there's been at least 49 people who've been reported dead. 20 have died in neighbouring Tibet and Nepal. Air Force helicopters with quick reaction teams have finally landed at Mangan area, the epicenter, after repeated attempts failed due to bad weather. Aerial insertion of troops in the area has been in progress. The road to Mangan has also now been opened. It has suffered the maximum damage and casualties. 35 people are said to have died there alone. There are 10 to 12 landslides on the road to Mangan, which is still blocked. Rescue operations are the biggest challenge. 6,000 army men are negotiating difficult terrain and even sudden landslides to carry on relief and rescue work. Sudhi sent us this report from Ground Zero.
I'm at the Secretariat at Gangtok, and this is where the Sikkim government functions from. Now, as a result of Sunday's earthquake, this is what has happened to this building. You can see there are huge cracks, the plaster is coming off, and even one of the pillars of the building has been affected. And in fact, you can see the TNT bars of the pillar very clearly, and this happened as a result of the tremors that took place during that earthquake. Now, the earthquake, of course, as we know, measured 6.8 on the Richter scale, and the walls here also bear the marks of those tremors. The plaster is peeled off. There are huge cracks all along the side of the wall and even on the ground. Now, this is what the earthquake left on the ground here. As you can see, there's a huge crack right across this road, and this is a mark of that earthquake that took place on Sunday evening and rocked not just Sikkim but areas, neighboring areas as well. This is what the impact of the earthquake is. Of course, areas of North Sikkim like Mangan have been very badly affected, and we've been reporting on that as well. But as far as Gangtok is concerned, this is one of the buildings. In fact, the Chief Minister's office is inside this building, and that too was affected. But you can see how that earthquake left marks here. In fact, the ground cracked. And this is the story all across the building. The windows are loose, there are cracks all across, and this all as a result of the earthquake that rocked these areas on Sunday evening. With camera person Rakesh Singh in Gangtok, Saurabh Gupta for NDTV.
Time for us to slip into a short break. More news and updates from across the country heading your way up next.